Hello, I'm Nathan Judo. I'm here with Express and Star reporter Joe Edwards. Joe, we just spoken to Nuno ahead of the big game on Monday against Birmingham, and he says the players are ready to go.
Ready to go, fit and firing. Of course, the only one missing out really is Ruben Neves, of course, suspended. Talking about the options that he has at his disposal to make up for that.
Plenty.
Halford and Joy and Jack Price there obviously didn't give away which one he's going to go for. You'd probably suspect that it'd be Price. Price seems to me the kind of more like-for-like replacement for Neves, more of a ball-playing midfielder. As we've seen Enjoy when he's been in the side, he's been in there for Sace. So maybe he'll go for Price, or he might throw a spanner in the works.
At the same time, though, he did admit that these players have had to be patient and have got to wait for their chance. And with that, now that they're out of the Carabao Cup, I guess opportunities are few and far between. The way they're playing at the moment, this is a great chance for one, or you never know, even both of them to stake a real claim.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Jack Price has been patient, and so has Alfred. And whenever we've seen them on the pitch, they've done a real job. They've both looked very competent players. Particularly Enjoy, of course, an international. He'll be off to the World Cup next summer as well. So these are capable players. It's not like how it's been perhaps the last 2 or 3 years where you've looked at that midfield and you thought, if there was an injury, who would be there as a capable replacement? There's capable replacements, and looking good going into Monday.
Now, he's talked about the FA charge today. What's he had to say?
He's accepted it. He's kind of keen to brush the whole situation under the carpet.
He said he apologised at the time after the game. He knows he was out of line, and I guess they just want to move on. Yeah,
he wants to move on from it. He doesn't want to dwell on it. When questioned about it, he was very kind of short and very just said, it's done. We've moved on. Yeah, I've accepted it. And the focus is on the next game. He's not worried about that.
I'm not worried, I guess, about a potential touchline ban if he has already accepted it. I think he's got until Monday to do that. So you think that maybe a slap on the wrist, maybe a small fine might be the result?
Yeah, we'll have to just wait and see, won't we? But a touchline ban, in my opinion, would be harsh. We see it so many times. Just managers having a bit of verbal. I think it's because the respective dugouts, kind of got involved, and it was a failure to control the dugouts. But I think a ban would be, a bit harsh, really. I think it's one of them ones, maybe a little fine slap on the wrist, and keep going.
Now, the tackles will definitely be flying in on Monday night. I can guarantee you that. But he said, and I guess he's got to lead by example, but the players he's guaranteed they will keep their emotions in check, and that's so important in a derby atmosphere.
Yeah, well, we've seen it a couple of times over the past few years. A certain Paul Robinson has been flying in with some challenges for Blues, and I think that this side does have the capability to keep their emotions in check. Of course, favourites for the title. They seem to be dealing with that pressure. People keep wondering, will they be able to keep churning out performances like they have? They have been doing that. This past month's been fantastic. So I can't see any problem in terms of keeping emotions in check. They seem to have a good level-headed group.
And he's talked about getting protection now. He was asked the question about protection, and he was I thought he explained it very well, that it's not just his players that need protection, but players in other teams as well. He said it's the referee's decision, it's the referees who need to protect the players. He's not just going on about his specific ones, even though I think they have been harshly done to, especially early on in the season, but just players and the championship level as a whole. Yeah,
I think he's always kind of keen to say it's a wider view. It's not just his side, and that's fair enough. I'm sure it's something that many managers will agree with. Kind of when he's going against you, it's always something that you'll say, it's for everyone else. A lot of people, but on the other side of the fence, players are always going to make, tackles, and the likes of Jota and the Cavallero and Costas are going to be targeted.
Of course,
as a typical old kind of Sunday League mentality is, stop the danger, man.
Yeah.
Go into him hard and see if he likes it after that. And you can't blame clubs for really taking that approach.
No, and you can target whoever. There's not one or two players. There's so many goal threats, and that's a good thing that Nuno was saying as well. Is that there's goals coming from all over the shop this year, and that's great, especially in a derby like this. There's so many attacking threats.
Well, we've seen it with Cavallero, haven't we? These last few weeks, he's got 4 in his last 3.
Yeah.
A player that really struggled for consistency last year. In terms of keeping level-headedness, we saw a couple of times last season where Cavallero his temper boiled over, but he seems much more happy under Nuno, much more content and guided on the right path. He's been, phenomenal over this past month. Hopefully, Elder Costa can really start to show his quality again and get back amongst the goals himself. Yeah,
and obviously these are your flair players, but people in defence as well. I know you spoke to Matt Doherty today, and he's saying that he's thoroughly enjoying life at Wolves at the moment.
Yeah, he reckons he's in some of the best form of his career, if not the best form of his career. Saying he's it's just a joy to play with.
It's great to hear,
Well, that's it. And he's a player that a lot has been made of the summer recruitment, but he's one of these players that's been there for 3 or 4 years now. And it may have been one of the ones in the summer that, the likes of Conor Cody as well, that you'd think, well, they might be getting replaced. But he's really took the challenge, really proved his quality, and shown that he's a very important part of this team.
I thought it was interesting when he was asked about Steve Cotterill, saying that Wolves summer recruitment was easy, and he's just quietly just smiled to himself and said we did well. Said it worked well. The players have adapted well, and he did say that. I thought was fair. He said we got a little bit lucky as well, which I think when you have a group of players and a group of new wave coming in, they've gelled very quickly, probably quicker than he even thought.
Well, we've seen with this foreign recruitment, Wolves were very unlucky. The summer prior, I mean, the likes of Teixeira just didn't work out how we thought they would. But this summer, I mean, you just look at the CVs of the players that he was bringing in. There is an element to look, but with the likes of Neves and Jota, the clubs that they've been at, there was an element of a guarantee there. And you can see why they're doing just that. They're players that are rated highly, big price tags behind them, and they're showing their worth.
Absolutely, and they're like you said, they're embracing the favourite tags. He talked about the players going to, do they understand how important this is and how well they're doing? And he said, brilliant line when he came and said the players are in the supermarkets and the groceries and people are shouting to them saying Wolves we. It's great. Fantastic.
He's got that phrase down to a T.
He has. He loves it.
Big smile on his face. He loves it, didn't he?
Yeah, of course he does.
It was good when he was talking about that. It's kind of a reminder that even though that these players are from foreign countries, they are still real people.
Yeah, absolutely.
They still,
we forget that sometimes.
We forget that, don't we? They are on thousands of pounds a week and what have you, but they still do go to the supermarket and take the dog to walk or whatever it is.
Yes.
Have a reminder of that. That was good to see.
Yeah, Big Phil is one person who won't be involved on Monday. Phil. We thought he was going to be. Nuno said a couple of weeks ago that he's pretty close to action. That doesn't seem the case now.
No. I feel really sorry for him, to be honest. And the way it's going, it wouldn't be out of the realm to think that he could be gone without actually playing a game.
Yes.
He came in the summer. Injuries have just persisted and persisted. The one thing that Nuno did say is that he's really positive, and the players are really kind of rallying around him and giving him a lot of support. Saying he's always got kind of like a smile on his face. He's not letting him get too down about it. You got to just feel sorry for him. It's a reminder of the Silvio situation from last year. Another fullback coming in and just not having the rubber green at all.
No, absolutely not. I think he said that the decision will be taken sooner rather than later, but that he's positive, and his teammates are embracing him, helping him as well. And it must be difficult when the team are doing so well and he's just not on the field to show what he can do.
Well, it'll be kind of hours and hours of lonely hours in the gym and
it's not nice.
No. I mean, I'll cancel my gym membership last month. I had enough of that after about a month or two. So I mean, he's doing he's been about 3 or 4 months of just doing one-to-one rehabbing. And, he can get tiresome after a bit. I don't know even if he's even kicked a ball, to be honest, because he was saying that every time he's trying to sprint, he's still feeling that pain. So he seems quite a way off yet. It's going to be tough for him, but the squad that seems to be rallying around him, giving him the support that he needs. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll turn out good for him.
Finally, talked about cycles. December, a very busy month, especially at the back end. But they've got a couple of games here where they're a week apart. but he said they come in cycles, and they've dealt with short space of time, 3 games in 7 days, and they've dealt with 1 game a week. He says that they're confident in doing both.
Well, we've fought this a couple of times, haven't we? That we fought, you know, three games a week and stuff like that. Whether you change it a bit, but when you've got players in such good form, there's no reason to really change it unless they're, you know, really showing signs of fatigue. And these players have proved, you know, time and time again that they are capable of, you know, fitting in with such a schedule. You know, there might be a time come out of the Christmas period. You know, they might not win every week, and some, you know, performances might be the one odd loss here or there, but they seem to be well equipped to deal with the festive period. Nuno's got them working hard in training, it sounds like, and they seem a fit, energetic group.
Birmingham against Wolves, St Andrews, Monday night. Myself, Joe and Tim. I think Tim might be coming along as well for this one. For all the build-up on this one, make sure you log on to expressandstar.com.